going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We apologize for the lower audio quality in this one as the last two. We are unfortunately back to the virtual setup here. But in today's video, it's going to be my artist, and we are going to be ranking every song by the band Camino. They've become one of my favorite bands as of lately, and I'm really excited to get into it. So I made the list. Sean's going to be giving his comments all throughout. Let's get it on with the bottom tier. Coming in last place, number 49, we've got Young. This song is over 5.5 minutes long. I honestly had no idea that the band Camino even had that in them. I can't really tell who's singing in this song, to be honest. It doesn't sound like either one of Spencer or Jeffrey, but according to Genius Lyrics, it says it's Spencer, but I don't know. The song just kind of drags overall. The chorus is just the singer, I'm assuming Spencer here, singing louder instead of changing the tempo, which is pretty frustrating for a song that's close to 6 minutes in length. There are spots where it slows down, which is frustrating because I feel like the song could definitely use an increase in speed instead of a decrease in speed. About halfway through, I'm ready for it to end, and I still have another 2.5 minutes to go. The bridge slows the song down even further, and it's really repetitive, and the last chorus doesn't explode like I want it to. Not to spoil ahead, but I hadn't heard any of this EP or the other EP, Heaven, prior to this video, and I definitely was not missing much.
Just on the length of the song alone, I could tell though this one had to be near the bottom unless it hit like a ton of bricks. 5 minutes and 40 seconds for a runtime is rough. Not gonna lie to you. The finger picking behind the vocals in the verses are cool, but the vocals almost sound like he's yelling, which isn't nice. It takes 47 seconds to get a long stretched out young. That's it. That's all I get. That's the chorus. Nice. The lack of change in this one is really felt in the runtime. The emphasis on every third word and longing and the longate of that last symbol or that last syllable is not what I want to hear. This almost sounds like an interlude with lyrics attached to them. The vocals and instrumentation just get louder in the choruses, like Brett was saying, so you don't really know when the chorus is coming. It just shows up randomly out of nowhere. I was done with my comments with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. Oh, goody! Another 2 whole minutes. Lovely. The last chorus slash bridge thing, I'm just repeating the more I learn, the less I know is not what I want. Please do better.
Yeah, so I mean, this song came in last for a reason. So 49. At number 48, we've got the Black and White. This chorus sounds like it should really be a pre-chorus. It just feels like it's building to something more, but there's no real payoff here. It's a fairly slow and boring song where nothing really stands out again. Spencer hits some really nice notes vocally, though. He does show off a lot of his talents here, but just as somebody who's more into faster songs, this one was always fighting an uphill battle, and it just quite didn't get there for me personally.
It's one of those turn your flashlight on your phone kind of songs. But the intro piano is almost wedding slash church choir esque, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But the fact that it takes 30 seconds to bring in whispered vocals that I could barely hear is underwhelming. It sounds like Elton John singing this song, which is interesting to me for some reason. I don't know why I thought that. But the lack of change train is making another stop at this song. Ballads don't need them if they hit, and this song does not, in fact, hit. I can't tell the difference between the verses and the choruses, other than there's a guitar in the choruses and the title line. Vocally, this is an impressive performance, don't get me wrong, but musically, it's too basic and way too long. The second song in a row that I've had more time left after my comments are done than I actually listened to. Plus, who doesn't love a 45-second piano outro with nothing else? I know I do.
Yeah, another one that neither of us really like. It's not that great. It comes in here 48. 47, we've got Berenstein. The verses are a little lackluster and boring, and the chorus slows the song down. It feels like a pre chorus, but unfortunately, it is the chorus and just builds to another big instrumental section. A lot of these early songs have that same formula, and honestly, I'm really just not a fan of it. The production does improve on this song, but all those factors combined with the fact that it drags on puts it down here.
Guys, we have speed. Is it catchy? No. I wouldn't go that far, but there is some speed. So take what you can get, I guess, on these long ones. The EDM style keyboards partnered with the drums adds for an interesting mix, which I wasn't expected from the fellas. It isn't overly catchy. I did catch it. I did catch myself tapping my foot a few times to this. The best part is the bridge with the guitar solo after it, and there is another minute and a half of just noise. The lack of change and no explosive chorus to lean into makes me want more out of this one.
Completely agreed. Comes in at 47. Coming in at number 46, we've got California. I did not know they made all these long songs. This one comes in at almost 5 minutes long. I feel like the production here is a step backwards from I Spend Too Much Time in My Room, which we'll get to shortly. The instruments are, again, drowning out Jeffrey's voice. The verses are fairly slow and uninteresting, and the chorus, again, is lackluster. It relies more on instrumentation than singing, and the instrumentation sounds solid, but I can't sing along the instruments. The bridge at the end of the song is also incredibly repetitive. Honestly, I'm learning a lot of these early songs that I haven't heard before sound the same, and they're very hard to differentiate. None of them really stand out in any positive way. And that's why yet another one is down here.
Oh, good, another 5 minute song. Lovely. Damn, I was grooving and then the vocals came in. The instrumentation slows down when the vocals come in, which is just confusing. Um, that's the chorus. Wow, talk about disappointing. Drove all the way to California. I've been waiting for you with a slow instrumentation. Sigh. This could just be me, but the guitar part during the verses is too loud, and I can't hear the vocals very well until the choruses. The slowdown during the chorus is just not it, Chief, and I am in fact not a fan. No.
Another sweat miss for the EPs comes in at 46. Coming in number 45, we have I Spend Too Much Time in My Room. Jeffrey's vocals sound way better on this song, and it was released only a couple months after the My Thoughts on You EP. However, this entire song is just one long verse with no chorus, which is highly unfortunate. It's another build to nothing in particular. There's some nice backing synths at points, but there's no real change throughout the entire song. Production did get this a couple spots higher, but I'm still left wanting more from this song, especially considering it is another fairly lengthy one at almost 5 minutes. The guitar part at the end is kind of nice, but a song with no hook can only get so high.
The vocals sound much clearer, and there's no drown out with the instrumentation, which is a good change of pace from the first four songs. There's some Owl City type synthesizers after what I think is the chorus, which is kind of cool. It sounds like an alienating type song where the person is trying to be alone and justifying not being around people for a long time. There's zero change in this song at all. Outside of the cool synthesizers, there aren't any redeeming qualities here. Next.
Yeah, I thought this one was highly unfortunate because when I was listening to it, the first thing that jumped out to me was how much better the production is on this song compared to the rest of the early EPs. But unfortunately, the rest of the same problems that the early EPs have are still present here. There's no hook. It kind of drags, and yeah,
It kind of is being nice.
yeah. So comes in at 45. Coming in at number 44, we got Free of Charge. Jeffrey's voice is still not as polished here as it would later become, and again, the instrumentation is a little bit too loud and drowning him out. But I can at least tell that it is him singing on this song, unlike on 214, which we'll talk about a little bit later. There's some nice drum work on this song, but again, the hook is just a little bit lacking. A lot of this EP, like I've mentioned previously, is in the same boat where the songs aren't necessarily bad, but the band Camino would just go on and do so much better. And there's not really any element to this song to keep coming back around to it and having any desire to save it.
I thought the song did sound familiar. So these guys opened for Rob Thomas and Kyle Cook when I saw them in December, doing like a little like acoustic set or something like that, and played this song. It does in fact sound better with drumming because they didn't have a drum set because obviously it was an acoustic set. The intro instrumentation is really cool and actually keeps the pace, unlike the last song and the songs below that one. I could see myself saving it with more listens. The instrumentation brings in the vocals quite well and keeps the pace here. The one thing holding it back is the lack of change with a faster speed need to begin with. There's only so much you can do with it in regards to a verse to chorus relationship. There is also a reliance on the title line, which can get overwhelming later in the song if you get into it. This is the best song I've heard by far. This should have been in a different tier, and I would have put this one higher.
Yeah, it's definitely better than the songs below it, obviously, but I I think it's still just lacking. And honestly, a lot of this lower tier for me, it's kind of interchangeable. I don't think any song is significantly better than any other one, other than maybe the very bottom. So this is just where I ended up at 44.
She won't stick around for sure. Guy that she'll ignore. She's too damn honest. It's okay, it's alright.
Coming in at number 43, we've got For a While. Early production on Spencer's voice is definitely better than it is on Jeffrey's. I can at least tell that it's him singing. These verses are pretty boring. There's not really a lot happening, and in the chorus, the instruments are yet again a little bit too loud and drown out Spencer's voice. There's a nice guitar solo section here, but overall, this is just another song that I don't think is bad, but lacks any compelling grip for me to return to it like the later music has. Another one that I hadn't heard before that I did not save.
The intro instrumentation is interesting. The drums almost want to speed the song up, but while the guitars are dragging behind, which is weird. Which then switches to muted guitars, and you can barely hear the vocals, which I don't like very much. The chorus doesn't add anything to the song. There's no change, and the vocals almost sound restrained. The guitar solo is really nice. Don't see too many bands having guitar solos in every song, and luckily this band does. But I would put the song lower just because there's just no change here.
Fair. So overall for me, came in at 43. Coming in number 42, we've got Heaven. This one is a little faster, which I do appreciate, but again, the production is a step backwards and the chorus is lackluster. I feel like I'm a broken record on these early songs, and I'm sure it's as frustrating for you all as it is for me. But there's some nice guitar riffs here in these verses, and the tempo definitely gave this one potential. I just wish that they had more with that chorus. But again, as it is, it just misses the mark.
Why does a boardwalk come to mind when I hear this song? I feel like this should be played by a DJ when you're running on the boardwalk in like Venice or something. It's friends. Musically, the song has a faster pace, which is nice to see. I don't love the slowdown during the choruses and the emphasis on the title line is kind of forced. Again, hate to say it, but the guitar solo is by far the best part of the song. The fine song, Justice for Free of Charge, that song's better.
Okay, fair enough. Whatever. Heaven comes in at 42. And that's going to wrap up the bottom tier. We're going to get on into the meh tier. These songs are a little bit better, but I still don't have any of them saved. So let's get on into it.
This, I can't read it right. Between the fights, I still need you. And I know this, I fell for your eyes. I just realized I still need you.
Coming in at number 41, we've got My Thoughts on You. Jeffrey's voice sounds good, and the song is finally produced well. The verses are a slow build, but my main complaint here is the fact that the chorus is lacking. The song just builds to a guitar riff and the repetition of I Still Need You. I still am a fan of the instrumentation, and the production alone puts it as high as it is. I mean, when Sean was playing that clip, I found myself grooving along a little bit to the guitar riff. So there are some positive elements here, which is why it is in a different tier above the songs we just talked about.
Lyrically, the song is pretty sad if you actually listen and hear the lyrics I just talking about. It's pretty sad. But musically, the song actually flows okay. I like the drumming and the guitar solo after every verse, but my complaint with the song is I don't know where the chorus is. It almost feels like it's one long verse with not a lot of change to it. There, uh, the, there's a string guitar part after the second chorus, which is pretty cool, but they're relying on "Still Need You," and the chorus is not a chorus. Fun fact.
Completely agreed. So comes in at 41.
So no lies, you're gonna have to find another way. Who said
Going at number 40, we've got Who Says We're Through. These opening guitars are really nice, a great change of pace from a lot of the early EP stuff. The production on the vocals is still a little bit lacking. I feel like they're being drowned out by the instrumentation yet again. The chorus, again, is a little lackluster, with it just being the title line twice and then relying on the guitars. But I can groove along to the song, and that has it on the higher end of all the old EP songs, which again, none of which I still have saved.
Well, this introduction is really funky. It has a 1975 vibes to it. If you've heard them before, which if you haven't checked out our 1975 ranked video, you should check it out. Plug in video.
We don't have one.
Yeah, we do. I did an album.
That's not a ranked video. You did an album review.
It's fine. It still counts. You kick
Okay.
rocks. Kick rocks. Anyways, I literally sighed when the chorus came in, or sorry, the quote unquote chorus came in. I was waiting for something huge, and it just slows down to just save the title line. That's it. That's what I was waiting for. As cool as the guitar, as cool as the guitars are, the drumming is really basic, and the chorus is basically non-existent. The only thing in the chorus is are snapping. Where did the funky music go? Can they actually have that back? I actually enjoyed that. I think if they switched it, it could have worked, having snaps in the verses and then funky guitars in the choruses. But with this setup, no.
Yeah. So overall, comes in at 40. So,
Well, I guess it's really my fault. I did it for myself this time. I guess I started over without you. I guess it's really over.
coming in at number 39, we got No Me. Spencer's vocals are great here, and you can really feel the emotion in his voice during those slower verses. The chorus speeds it up slightly, but this song is another hybrid of styles, if that kind of makes sense. It's slower like a lot of the older stuff, but it goes for a bigger, more explosive chorus like the newer stuff, which I do appreciate. However, that big explosive chorus isn't exactly catchy, but you can see that there's a little bit of potential here for the fantastic band that they would later become.
Not gonna lie, I had to restart the song a couple times because I was trying to figure out what that noise was in the background of the choruses or like of the verses. Literally, like took me like a solid 5 minutes to figure that out. Anyways, there's a really this is a really tale of two songs kind of thing here. The verses are muted guitars, and then the instrumentation gets much louder and almost drowns out the vocals in the choruses, but doesn't actually change at all pacing wise, which is just underwhelming. I do like that they kept the bigger band feel after the first chorus, but that lack of change really makes the song much less
Completely agree. That was the same holdback for me. So comes in at 39.
Mine, I always thought that I'd be fine with you. But ever since we crossed that line, got your green eyes in the back of my mind, it's true.
Coming in at number 38, we've got 214. Like I mentioned, I've never heard this EP or any of the pre-try hard EPs before, um, which is when I became a fan of the band Camino during the try hard era. This song certainly takes a while to get going. I'm not crazy about how they do the vocals here. They're not really produced that well. It sounds more like a gang vocal than either Spencer or Jeffrey, but I googled it. Apparently, it is Jeffrey. The backing beat is kind of interesting, but you can definitely tell that this is an early Band Camino song with the production being as lackluster as it is. It's not horrible by any means, but not really something that I would ever want to return to, and as a result, I didn't save it.
Another one with potential from the start here. It has the same 1975 grooves and keyboards and drumming, which is cool. I'm guessing both guys are singing here, but apparently I was wrong. Sounds like Mumford and Sons to me for some reason, but but something is stopping me from fully clicking. I can get behind the groove with this song, and I appreciate the instrumentation. I can see the appeal with this one as a whole, but it just doesn't fully click.
Yeah, completely agree with everything you said. So, comes in at 38.
I thought that I'd finally found something worth seeing through. Now you only remind me of someone I thought that I knew.
Coming in at number 37, we've got Fool of Myself. The song opens with some interesting synths, and the production is good on this one. Jeffrey's voice sounds great. There's some nice backing piano here as well. The verses have a solid groove to them that keeps my head bobbing along. The chorus does slow it down slightly, and I do wish it was a little bit faster, but this song is definitely the best ones of all the ones that I hadn't heard before. It's kind of a hybrid between that old EP style of relying on instrumental sections and their newer style of using more explosive choruses, being a little bit quicker and just overall a little bit catchier. If you couldn't tell, I prefer the newer style from the fact that literally all of the older style songs are down here.
The jazzy style synthesizers are a cool choice. You don't see that very much. I guess I like Jeffrey's voice better than the other guy. I guess I found that out. Yeah, but this is another song with more potential. I do agree with Brett that I would have liked a faster chorus. Honestly, the synthesizers are my favorite part of the song. Sorry, not sorry. I wish they kept the faster tempo throughout the entire song, but the chorus doesn't wow me at all, which does hold me back from liking it. The synthesizer solo almost sounding like a saxophone is pretty fucking awesome, by the way, but this one doesn't fully.
Yep. So comes in at 37. And that's going to wrap up the Mets here. We're going to get on into the good tier. These are the songs that I actually have saved and actually enjoy, so I'm very excited to get into them. Let's get it on. Coming in at number 36, we've got What I Want. Apparently, this song was released as part of 2017's Heaven EP and then was reworked to be a part of 2019's Try Hard. I didn't know that before, but honestly, it makes so much sense. This has always been one of the weakest tracks on Try Hard in my eyes, a small quote unquote blemish, if you want to call it, on a very fantastic EP. I like the vocal trade off here between Spencer and Jeffrey, but my main issue is that the chorus definitely sounds more like a pre chorus, which is why it makes sense to me that this was written as a part of Heaven. It's a Heaven structured song with try hard production, and I'm just a much bigger fan of a try hard structured song with a try hard production.
The intro instrumentation has a spacey vibe to it with the distorted guitars and slow drums, which is cool. Right away, there is a turn-off factor due to how loud the instrumentation is, even after the vocals come in. It sounds like the singer is yelling to hear himself over the instrumentation. There isn't a change throughout the song, just the instrumentation getting louder in the choruses. When the chorus came in, I immediately thought my immediate thought was that's it. You, you can tell that the production is much better than the earlier stuff, but the almost full minute of instrumentation and noise was not on my bingo card for a Band CAMINO song. Overall, though, the song's fine.
But now that you've heard it and heard the whole discography, do you understand what I mean? Where it's definitely like a Heaven structured song with try hard production.
Yeah.
Overall, came in here at 36. 35, we've got Haunted. The song takes a longer time to get going. I like the build in the verses, and I like how Jeffrey takes the verses before Spencer comes in for the pre-chorus and chorus. I really enjoy when they use both singers in one song. You're gonna hear that a lot from me. But I just don't think this chorus is nearly as catchy as some of the other ones in the discography. It's still a solid song, but ultimately it's just lacking a little bit in comparison to their other work.
There is an interesting dynamic just starting the song out. It has a nice tempo to it, and then the vocals come in, and their choice to slow down and take the instrument out is an interesting choice. Glad that the original tempo comes back when the chorus comes in. The chorus is explosive, but not in the tempo department. It has the same problem that the last song has. It just gets louder, not quicker, which I would have liked to get quicker and not louder. I almost like the verses better, which isn't necessarily a problem, but it's just something I noticed. The chorus is stopping me from fully clicking, but it isn't a bad one.
Yeah. So came in here at 35.
Make it easier tonight. Tell me you slept with my best friend. Say you always hated my band, and you wish you'd never met me or you met somebody new. Put me out of all my misery. Say you can't stand the thought of me. Even if you have to lie, there must be something you can do. Help me get over you.
Coming in number 34, we've got Help Me Get Over You. This is another one that is lyrically just heartbreaking. It has rightfully earned a spot in my pain and suffering playlist. I mean, Tell Me You Slept With My Best Friend is the opening line of the chorus. It's a very well structured and nice slow song that hurts like hell to listen to. It's just brought down here by the fact that I'm not a huge slow song guy. I'm much bigger on faster, catchy songs, and there's no big catchy element here. It's still an overall a very solid song, just not the kind that's going to make it really high on one of my lists a lot of the time. But it's still a fantastic song. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
This is one of the few times that I will completely disagree with you. This song is fantastic. For a ballad, this has some tempo to it, which is pretty cool. But damn, like Brett was saying, those lyrics in the choruses, hey, you like a ton of bricks. Um, uh, the "Help Me Get Over You" at the end of the chorus just sounds hard to sing from the pain in his voice. I think this one should be a lot higher. This is easily the best song I've heard so far. It has been saved.
Yeah, I mean, like I meant, I mean, you know this. I'm more of a faster, catchy chorus guy, so that is why it's down here. Plus, I think there's another song on this list that is higher. That's just kind of this, but done a little bit better. If that makes sense.
It's fine. You can be wrong.
Slow songs are always fighting an uphill battle with me. You know this.
I know.
Overall, came in at 34.
So many reasons that I shouldn't want to, but I do. I hate the way you make me. Just wish I could make you hate me. I can't stop though it might break me still.
Coming in number 33, we've got Break Me. This is another one that sort of has a folkier vibe to it. Spencer opens the song and he sounds great with those strong backing drums and guitars. I really enjoy his verse. My holdback with this song and ultimately why it is down here is I do think that the chorus is a little bit underwhelming. It's only 4 lines. Jeffrey comes in and he delivers a great verse as well, but again, the chorus is just a tad underwhelming. The song does make great use of the talent they possess in the band with both vocalists, and I still do like it. I just wish that chorus was a tad bit more explosive. I ended up flipping this one and Help Me Get Over You a couple different times. Ultimately, this one settled one spot higher.
Slander. Help Me Get Over You should be higher. Anyways, this has a nice pace to it. The effects they put on the guitar during the verses are pretty cool. I would agree with Brett that I don't know where the choruses are here. It all sounds like one long verse and it builds to pretty much nothing. A slight slowdown and repeating of the way you make me feel is underwhelming and not what I want to hear. The tempo does not make this song okay, but I would have this or sorry, the tempo does make this song okay, but I would have this song a lot lower.
That's fair. I mean, if looking at it right, like I think it just depends for me on the day. If like looking at it right now, I would say yeah, I probably should have put Help Me Get Over You higher. But obviously, looking at it on the day that I did this, I would have put Break Me one spot higher. So it's close for me between the two.
Mhm.
Comes in at 33.
My head till the day I'm dead. Why to you everything I need after.
Coming in at number 32, we've got Something to Hold On To. I actually heard this song for the first time in 2022, even though it's from January 2019, and I do think it's a solid one. The opening guitars remind me a lot of Favorite Place, which is the song that the band Camino did with All Time Low for their 2020 album Wake Up Sunshine. If you want to see my thoughts on that, be sure to check out our Ranking Every All Time Low song, Ranking Every All Time Low song video, which is a fantastic 4 hour long banger, by the way. Be sure to check that out. But back to this song. I really like the drums on this one, and the guitar riffs all throughout are just really great as well. I just think the verses are a tad slow, and the chorus just isn't as strong as some of the other songs in the discography. I still do have this one saved, like I mentioned. I do really like it, but they definitely have done better.
Those intro guitars are really cool. Uh, the pacing and the verses are great here too. There there this is another chorus that is a little disappointing though. There isn't much change from verse to chorus. Did a higher if they did a higher octave the whole chorus, I would have liked the choruses a much more. The vocals sound restrained. The something to hold on to sounds stretched out just to fill space. Can't save it, but again, this is another okay song. I'd have this one lower too.
You hate to see it. Comes in at 32.
This is me just being real with you, I guess. Sometimes I get drunk, sometimes I say fuck, sometimes I talk about things you don't like in my songs. I've gone home with girls a lot.
Coming in at number 31, we got Sorry Mom. This is an extremely powerful acoustic song. It's just Jeffrey with an acoustic guitar. The vocals are incredible and the lyrics are powerful, and it is pretty catchy for a slower song, and it has a nice vibe along with it. But I don't really come to the band Camino for slower songs. Like we mentioned, I'm not a huge slow song guy to begin with. I can see how somebody else, like Sean, our co-host here, who's very into slow songs, might put this higher, but this is as high as it's going to get for me. I still do enjoy it though, and Jeffrey's higher notes at the end of the song are great.
Sigh. Anyways, I'm just gonna get to my comments. Ooh, there's acoustic fingerpicking. My favorite. This has a John Mayer guitar style to it, which is pretty dope. But this was an instant save from the guitar part alone. It's on the catchier side, which makes this an even more enjoyable listen. This sounds like an apology song from things that the singer did when he knows he shouldn't, but it's done very well and it's a fun little tune. Are those violins I hear? Dude, this song is incredible with some higher octave vocals. Are you kidding me? Slander and a half. After listening to the entire rest of the discography, as you'll hear with the rest of my comments, this is my new favorite Band Camino song. BRB, I'm just gonna go learn that guitar part. See you guys.
Is it really?
Yep, it is. Yep.
Wow, that's a bold statement, Cotton. All right, comes in here at 31.
When did it get cool to be so sad? We're spinning backwards, leave me all alone now. Yeah, we're only human, but we got hands and hearts and noses.
Coming in number 30, we got Roses. A hot take, this song is incredibly overrated. I still like it, but I think it's on the weaker end of the self-titled album for sure, and that album is my least favorite of the band's Try Hard and After Output. It opens up with some nice keys, and I really like Jeffrey's flow in the verses. It makes them incredibly catchy, and honestly, my favorite part of the song. I don't like the constant beeping of the curse words, though. It starts with the bullshit in the first verse and continues throughout the song with beeping out the fucking in the chorus. I think bleeping that one out specifically really takes a lot of the punch out of the punchline of the chorus. Like, stop and smell the fucking roses would have just hit so much harder than stop and smell the beep roses. I don't think it works. But in general, with the song, I just think the chorus is just very okay and doesn't live up to the rest of their work. It's as high as it is because of the verses, and honestly, re-listening to some of the songs that I put below it, I might move this down even further.
So when the instrumentation came in, this almost sounds like a generic AJR song, and I don't like that. I'm actually looking for Band Camino music, not AJR. Was that an EDM drop in a chorus in a Band Camino song? Can we not have that? Can the guitars come back? Not rapping with singers with a drum beat. I will say though, the song is relatively catchy. It's it's just not what I expected from them, and I don't know how I feel about it. I will say though, the vocals are pretty impressive when he is actually singing, but he's not actually singing very much. It's just more rapping with EDM style beats. I don't know how I feel about it.
This was a lead single.
Huh, that's an interesting choice.
Yeah, for the self-titled album. This was the lead single.
Hmm.
Definitely an interesting choice.
Huh.
They played it when I saw them. I think people really like it. I think it's overrated. Clearly, you agree with me. So comes in at 30.
All you gave to me was the book on making weak apologies. Now I finally see it's not me, it's you. Honey, you got so much soul. Searching to do. Gotta be back in
Coming number 29, we've got It's You, It's You. I like the general vibe of this song, and this song is one of the best in the entire discography at using both vocalists. Jeffrey takes the verses, Spencer takes the lead in the chorus, with Jeffrey singing some backup, and I really like the play that they have on each other. The verses have a really nice flow to them, but the chorus is very simple and lacks that explosion that a lot of their other songs have. I feel like the song might have fit better on the self titled album instead of The Dark. I still do like it, but they just have better.
The flow of the verses are pretty foot tappy, which is nice. The chorus definitely sounds familiar. I guess I must have heard it in Brett's car or something once or twice. Uh, but for some reason, the title line is extremely off putting. I don't really like the fact that there's like a harmonization thing. I don't think it works very well. I don't know why. I just don't like it. There isn't a build to the choruses, which I would have liked. It just kind of shows up and appears. They also repeat the title line a good amount, which also brings the song out of favor for me personally. I'm just not a big fan of this one.
Oof, yeah, hate to see it. Comes in at 29.
if I had to lose you to know you, still be that temporary phase that you grow through. Wouldn't change, wouldn't change, wouldn't change falling for you. I think I could manage being collateral.
Coming in at number 28, we've got Damage. Spencer's voice sounds great with the minimal backing instruments in the verses. There's some great harmonies going on in the pre chorus, and the chorus is solid. It's fairly catchy with some nice guitar work and a nice drum beat. I just think this song lacks a truly standout element, and that's what my holdup is. Everything about it is good, but there's nothing about it to really stand up and elevate it. I still like it, like I said, and there's a nice groove that got it this high, but that's why it's here instead of being higher.
I agree with Brett that the vocals sound great with the minimal instrumentation, but the chorus is just not it. It's not catchy, and it is the holdback with this song for me personally. There isn't much of a change from verse to chorus. The vocals sound extremely restrained, and the repetition of change in the choruses doesn't help its case either. Another okay song that I'm not a huge fan of.
And this is another one that looking back on, I'm maybe running a little bit too high. Maybe could have gone a spot or two lower. As is, comes in at 28. That's going to wrap up the good tier. We're going to get on into the great tier. These songs are just a little bit better. Let's get it on.
They're great.
I'll make the first move. I choose crying over you. I choose silence over being high too. I choose drinking alone, drowning in my tears in my bedroom.
Coming in at number 27, we've got Crying Over You featuring Chelsea Cutler. This song is just absolutely heartbreaking and has a deserving home in my Pain and Suffering playlist. It opens with some soft acoustic guitars and Chelsea Cutler singing. I don't know who she is, but I do like her voice. The lyrics in the chorus are just so powerful. I choose crying over you. I choose silence over being lied to. I choose drinking alone, drowning in the tears in my bedroom because it'll make me happier than you do. I choose crying over you. Spencer comes in, and I think his voice fits great. He has great vocal chemistry with Chelsea. Overall, this is just an absolutely fantastic ballad.
I thought "Sorry Mom" hit me like a ton of bricks. Wow. Drowning in my tears in my bedroom, I choose crying over you. Fucking brutal, man. Chelsea's voice matches is a perfect is a perfect compliment to the boys here. I choose silence over being lied to. Tell me how you really feel. But both singers have great vocal chemistry in the choruses. There isn't a change, but I don't think there needs to be. Great ballad. This should be much higher.
Yeah, it's again, it's the slow song thing because I mean, this is an absolutely fantastic slow song done to complete perfection. That's just the only holdback is that it's a slow song. So overall, it comes in at 27.
Cause from the outside, all of the stars align. I keep on trying and trying to make it make sense. You're talking to me, I don't understand a word that you said. I got my side, you're not even in the Milky Way.
Coming in at number 26, we've got Same Page. Jeffrey's voice sounds great with the minimal backing instrumentation in the opening verse, and it does a great job of building to the chorus. I love the vocals in the chorus. He hits some fantastic high notes, and the guitar line in the background sounds great with that drum beat that keeps my head bobbing along. The song is a tad short at only 2 minutes and 38 seconds, but it's a nice vibe, even if it's not anything overly complicated.
I agree with Brett that the build to the chorus is great, but the chorus is a little lackluster. I'm not really sure what I was expecting, but it was more than what I got. Uh, uh, the vocal performance is well done, though. The keyboard being used as a solo is also pretty cool. Something stops me from saving this one, but it is a good one.
Okay, there we go. We take those. We take good ones. So overall, it comes in here at 26.
Whenever you're ready, I'm taking you home. Oh my God, look at the hearts that you're breaking. You got the whole room and left me to the pocket to make it with you all night. They keep on looking, but I don't even hate it, 'cause no, they won't.
Coming in at number 25, we've got See You Later. I like that opening guitar riff and the little bell in the background. I've always tried to deny that I like this song as much as I do for whatever reason, but I can't lie, it gets stuck in my head fairly often. There's a great drum beat to go along with that fantastic riff that creates such a great groove to the song. Spencer's voice sounds great, and I love those harmonies in the pre chorus. His voice sounds fantastic in that higher registrar in the chorus. It sounds great every time he goes up in that registrar. It's another fairly simple song, but I can't lie, the harmonies and the groove just won me over. Big fan.
This one I've definitely heard in Brett's car. I definitely remember like I remember the title. I guess that's a good sign. But how do I feel after actually listening to it? How do I feel after actually listening to it? The poppy groove to this one works fairly well with little instrumentation. There, there are the vocals I've been waiting for the last in the last few songs. The upper register sounds great, like Brett was saying. The only holdback I have is the repetition of the title line. Not sure why I've thought of this, but I think if Jason Derulo did this song vocally, it would just sound incredible. But anyways, this is definitely one of the better ones, and I do have it.
Let's go, boys. We take those. Jason Derulo. Guys. That comes in at 25.
I don't believe in you, act like you are anymore. I'm holding on, I don't wanna let go.
So coming in at number 24, we have Get It Your Way. Honestly, I'm going to have to go off script here because my comments do not reflect my feelings or this placement at all. So this was a song that I didn't recognize by the song title. I'm going to be honest with you. Spencer has the opening verse, and it's very solid. I'm a huge fan, like I mentioned, of songs where both Jeffrey and Spencer get to show off their talents. The vocal trade off especially works really well in the chorus. But originally, I had this song a lot lower because I it just wasn't clicking with the chorus wasn't fully clicking with me. But then when I was re-listening to my list, it just kept getting stuck in my head and stuck in my head, and would be like, "Oh no, get it your way should go up above this song. It should go up above this song." So I ended up moving it up a good 5 or 6 spots. The chorus is pretty catchy, I do have to admit, and my brain was doing this some disservice by not remembering it. It's a very good song. I'm glad it ended up this high.
Not gonna lie, the first verse I was falling asleep. I'm gonna need some pace here, guys. Then the pre-chorus came in, and then the chorus came in. I literally said "whoa" from the explosion of instrumentation, but doesn't add the pace that the pre-chorus laid out. God damn it! It has a good dynamic from slow, which is just a drum beat in the verses, to the chorus, to having actual instrumentation. But the pace holds the song back for me. Guys, if you added some pace, you could have gotten another save.
Man, so close, boys, so close. So comes to the 24th.
Obsession with our pocket screens. What's next? Is this the future of humanity? Nice flex, but I don't fuck with all the vanity. Did we come this far to fall? Face first, off a ledge where endless information goes. In a world where instant affirmation flows. If there's a God, he knows we're lost. So look up, it's right there in front of you. You stuck to your phone like it's super glue.
Going at number 23, we've got Look Up. I won't lie to you, this is another one where I saw the song title, and I could not remember for the life of me how this song sounded. And ask Sean how good I am with song names. I was even reading the lyrics to this one, and it was just not coming back to me without the melody playing. Once the melody did start, I remembered what it was. Typically, the fact that I needed all of that to remember what this song was is not a resounding endorsement, but this was another one, much like Get It Your Way, where it kind of was winning me over as I was making the list. The verses are fine, but the chorus is easily the highlight of the song. It's catchy, and I really found myself singing along once I remembered what song this was. Like I said, I did move this one up a fair bit in my final rankings, and honestly, another one my brain did dirty for not remembering. It's very catchy all throughout. Great song.
Don't see too many keyboard opening songs these days. That's pretty neat. The groove here is pretty nice, and the effects on his voice, whoever it is, works pretty well, and I can't help but bob my head along here. The almost rapping in the verses actually works really well from the singing in the choruses. I guess it made me look up when I was actually listening to find the title. Ha! Ha! Ah! Ah! Ah!
23.
To yourself, cause no one else will listen. Why do I feel different? I'm not any different. No, who do you think you are? How did you get so far away from everything you thought you'd be?
Going at number 22, we've got Who Do You Think You Are? I like the synths that the song opens up with that carry into the verse. The verse is solid. Jeffrey's voice sounds great over that minimal backing instrumentation. However, there are some absolutely fantastic harmonies going on in the pre chorus. The chorus picks up the instrumentation slightly, and Jeffrey delivers a nice little catchy section. It doesn't wow me in the same way that a number of their other songs do, but I think the purpose of the song was to focus more on the lyrical content anyway, so it's not really trying to wow you. But overall, this is just a fairly simple song that definitely lacks an explosion chorus or a wow factor. But I don't know, it's just a very enjoyable listen. I find myself coming back to it fairly often, and I really enjoy it. I can't really explain why it ended up this high, but it's a great song.
The synthesizers should add speed to the song, but the slow drum beat behind the singing confuses me, and honestly, I'm here for it. It could be the slower pacing works better in my head here, but it's just a well produced song. I will say though, the synthesizers doing an instrumental break 2 minutes and 20 second in 2 minutes and 20 seconds in is not warranted. I can't really put a finger on what made me save it. It could have been the synthesizers, but
Oh, boys, we got another one. It's in here 22.
Been a little careless with my actions. Been a little passive with my passions. I'm thinking if I see you out in 3D, I'll be back in. I'm in a place where I'm just gonna let it happen.
Coming at number 21, we've got Let It Happen. This one has really fallen through the cracks for me. I never really come back to it compared to the rest of the album for whatever reason. It's another one where Jeffrey takes the verses and Spencer takes the chorus. There's a great drum beat here, but something is just holding me back, and I'm not quite sure what it is from it getting elevated into that like super top tier. But it's all around solid at all points. I love the vocals, the instrumentation's great. and it's got a really catchy chorus. It's just lacking that super special punch to get it from the great tier up above one more tier.
From the intro instrumentation, I thought the song was going to be a lot harder, but it's been a few songs since I was disappointed in the chorus. It was a good run, but I mean, I like the verses much better than the choruses, and I would put this one a lot lower just because of the repetition of "Let It Happen." Just doesn't help its case either. The title, it just
Oof. Hate to see it. Comes at 21.
On me, blame it on God. Don't wanna be something I'm not. You can't make me stop. You can't make me stay. I don't know how many more I've got, but I'll be waiting for forever if I'm waiting for a better day. You can't make me go. You can't make me change. I don't know what the future holds.
Coming in at number 20, we've got Everybody Dies. This one opens up the album with some nice keys that carry it on throughout the song. The drums pick up in the opening verse, and I really like Jeffrey's voice in contrast with the instrumentation. I think it sounds great, and it gives the opening verse a great flow. The guitars pick up in the chorus, and Spencer comes in to deliver a very catchy chorus. I'm not crazy about the chants in the chorus or ending it with a bunch of oohs, but I do think the chorus itself is catchy enough to make up for it. This one just keeps my head bobbing throughout the song, and honestly is one that I don't come back to enough. Great song.
first off, that's a song name for you. Everybody dies. Love the positivity there, guys. The keyboards bring the vocals in really well here. This has a top Brett song written all over it, so I'm surprised it is down here. Mother of Catchiness, and then the chorus comes in. It just holds the song back so much. I don't love the slightly slower tempo in the choruses. Plus, the chanting just doesn't work. And from that, it makes sense why it's brought down a good amount of spots.
Yeah, that is why it's down here. So you figured it out. Comes in its money.
You're beautiful when you're lying, but hurting me just for fun. To keep twisting the knife and telling me I'm the one. When I'm with you, it's just too hard to.
Coming at number 19, we've got Save My Life. I love the opening guitar riff. I think it just sounds great. The soft drum beat in the verses comes in and keeps my head bobbing along, and Jeffrey sounds great vocally as well. I really like that flow in the opening verse. Spencer comes in for the chorus, and like I've already mentioned, I love when they use both the vocalists in the same song. I think it's super great, really impressive. The chorus in the song is a tad bit disappointing, but it's not bad. It just does slow the song down slightly enough. I would have preferred something a little bit faster. Again, guys, I love all these songs that we're talking about right now. These are nitpicks. This song is still fantastic. I love Spencer's bridge a lot, but like I do said, I am nitpicking, and I think with a little bit of better chorus, it could have gotten elevated into that next tier above. But as it is, still a very good song.
So I have heard the song before, and Brett, I was just thinking about this. Didn't you tell me to listen to this album? I feel like you
I
did.
think I did.
I feel like you
'Cause I
did.
really liked it.
I feel like you did, and that's probably why I've said that a couple times on this album. So I do apologize. But that guitar rip is pretty dope, like Brett was saying. I like the soft drums behind the vocals in the verses. It allows for the tempo to speed up here. I like the chorus. I like how the chorus keeps up that tempo, but the change between choruses into the verses is simple. But the guitar cuts out and then goes back into a basic drum beat need again. Something just stops me from saving it, but it is a solid.
We take those. We take those. So overall, comes in at 19.
Somebody you used to know. I know he doesn't know it all, but he don't know you and he has something chemical. When we were drunk in Montreal.
Coming in at number 18, we've got Know It All. This was the fourth single off of the self-titled album, and I adored it when it came out just because I thought it was so much better than most of the previous singles. It's a little bit harder and grittier than the rest of the songs on the album, and I really do enjoy that sound. The verses are kind of slower with minimal instrumentation, highlighting Jeffrey's voice, which sounds great as always, but it really just builds up the tension for Spencer's bigger and harder chorus. The first chorus gives you just a taste, but the second one is really where it explodes and goes hard with a great guitar section after it. I will admit, I do remember the song being a tad bit better than it actually is, but I still enjoy it when I listen to it and will continue to do so whenever it comes on.
Grittier? I mean, he's widowing into song right now. I don't really like the emphasis on know it all. I don't know why it just bothers me. The instrumentation is well done here, but the choruses just doesn't hit for me. I feel like it should. I'm not sure if it's a pacing thing or what, but the choruses hold me back from truly enjoying the song. I did miss a good guitar solo though. It has been a while.
Love me a good guitar solo. So, know it all, 18.
My friends, they left me for dead. I don't have a clue where I am. I lost my keys, now all I got left is 10 missed calls and one last cigarette.
Coming in number 17, we've got One Last Cigarette. We got a great quote by Spencer on this one. I could tell you the song is about how using alcohol as a coping mechanism perpetuates already unhealthy habits, or use it as social commentary on youth party culture, but really, it's just about getting drunk and losing my keys. Absolute great work, Spence. I like the guitars that open this one. They're really catchy from the jump. I think this is another one that makes great use of both vocalists. They have a really nice trade-off going on in the song. This is another song that I honestly just don't come back to enough. It's really catchy and has plenty of great elements to it. It was great when I saw it live, but I didn't remember the studio version going this hard. Another great catchy song with a great guitar section from the band Camino. Big fan.
The verse to chorus comparisons are almost polar opposites here. The verses and pre-chorus are very instrumentation heavy, whereas the chorus is extremely chanting and just a lot of loud drumming. I personally prefer the instrumentation side of their music, not so much the chantiness. So this one doesn't fully stick due to the chantiness, but I respect the catchiness factor, but it's just not my thing.
We'll take respect the catchiness factor. I feel like that's a dub. So overall comes in at 17. And that's going to wrap up the great tier. We're going to get on into the just shy tier. These songs are a little bit better than the ones we just talked about, but not quite good enough to get on into that top tier. Just missing a little something. So let's get it on.
About you too, nights without you, you're still all that's on my mind all the time. It's 3 a.m. and I want 4 drinks, and I just don't know how to let you go. So here goes one more song about you.
Coming in at number 16, we've got Song About You. The song opens with some nice guitars and Jeffrey singing. It really sounds great. Then a great drum beat comes in, and the pre chorus builds all the tension just for that chorus to come in and be incredibly catchy. It's definitely on the poppier side. That's not a bad thing when the song overall is just this catchy. Also, I didn't even write this down in my comments, but I was thinking of it when Sean was playing the clip. I really like in the chorus how they do the little counting thing. You have it's one more song about you, two more nights without you, now it's 3 a.m. It's 4 drinks in. I don't know. I think it's a nice little clever thing. But overall, I don't think it's a particularly deep song or anything. And that's totally fine. It's not trying to be. It's just a very catchy jam that I really enjoy.
And not too often do you hear vocals making the song catchier. Like for some reason, I thought this was a slower one. This is one of the catchier choruses I've heard so far, and I can see why I put so high on it. I can get behind this liking, and I'm happy there isn't that loud chorus since this is a tamer type song. I did save this song, but the repetition of one more insert thing could get annoying in time. But overall, it's a really nice tune.
Oh, there's another save for the program. Comes in at number 16.
I told you so, I told you. I'll let you know if you let go. Fight for my lips to hold you. Just walk away, don't make me say the only words I owe you. I told you so, I told you so, I told you so, I told you.
Coming in at number 15, we've got Told You So. I love the opening guitar line and keys before that really catchy drum beat comes in. The song really wastes zero time before getting going. It's fast and upbeat right from the start, and it stays that way throughout the entire song, and that is a huge plus for me. Spencer's voice sounds fantastic, and I really like how fast he's going in the verses. Like I mentioned, the tempo in this song, it's upbeat, it's fast, and fantastic. Now, the chorus is the only slight knock here, and it is a valid criticism. It is very repetitive, and I'm sure that's why Sean's going to say I have it too high. But honestly, it remains catchy. I can't help but grooving along throughout the entire song. So I completely forgive the repetition, and I'm at the point where it doesn't even bother me at all. Great song. Sean's wrong.
So I did some math while Brad was chatting along, being wrong. They say I told you so 28 times. It's not a chorus. Anyways, I've definitely heard the song before in Brett's car. He's turned the song up to 11 when the chorus drops, and him singing "Told You So" on Xbox before is extremely annoying. The "I told you" part is extremely annoying. Repeating a line is not a chorus, guys. I want some substance, damn it. The verses are much better, and I know the repetition ruins the song, and I will stand by that fact. Sorry, not sorry. The rest of the song is fine, but the "Told You So" part is not a chorus. Not a chorus. Not a chorus.
I told you so.
Not a chorus.
I told you so. I told you so. I told you. That this song came in at number 15.
I think I can live without you banging on your door, screaming you're the only way I have it. When I find you, I hope you change your mind. Less than I do, but maybe I'll change this time. Are you lonely? I can only.
Coming in at number 14, we've got Less Than I Do. This is the song where I think the band Camino really found their groove. I know this is one of Sean's favorite songs by them, and I'm sure he's going to call slander, but don't get me wrong, the song is still great. It opens with an interesting drum beat and some synths before the guitars come in with Jennifer's vocals. The verses groove along and there's a great flow to them, and then the chorus comes in and I can't help but bobbing my head along. The bridge is a really nice vibe as well with a great flow that keeps the song moving along. But at the end of the day, it comes down to this song is fantastic. I just preferred others.
I've been waiting 35 fucking songs to say this. Slander and a half. You're wrong. It feels so nice to be right sometimes. After listening to the first 35 songs on this list, I've grown to love the song even more, if not having Sorry Mom ahead of this one. Fun fact, I do. I found this song on a playlist from, I think, a John Mayer or something recommended playlist, and I gave it a listen since Brett showed me a few songs from Band Camino, and I've enjoyed them, which are much higher on this list. So I'll bring that stuff up when we get to them. But back to this wonderful piece of music. The basic drum beat behind the vocals with the basic guitar riff in the verses are great to allow pace to build, and then the chorus drops. When I first heard it, it sounded a little slow, and it is on the slow side, even hearing it now, but I still enjoy it very much. The almost rapping bridge 2 minutes and 20 seconds in puts the song over the top for me, gave me the love for the song that I have. Fantastic song, should be higher. Brett slandered it, has the wrong opinion. Big meanie face, you're due to it.
Oof, a meaty face. Man, that hurts. So comes in at 14. Coming in number 13, we've got Underneath My Skin. I like the guitar line that opens the song a lot, and Spencer's voice sounds great to open up that verse. The verse is catchy and has a really nice flow to it, and serves as a great build to the rest of the song. Big fan of the pre-chorus too. I think it builds so well, all to that tension being released in the chorus, which just comes in and is fantastic. I forget just how much I enjoy it. I really love the harmonies on Skin at the end of the chorus, leading into that instrumental section. I love the way the chorus comes back in to close out the song. It's a fantastic song. Another one I honestly just don't return to enough and need to come back to more often.
I agree with Brett. The guitars bring in the vocals extremely well and keep that pace up quite nicely. The vocals almost sound rapping esque, which actually work really, really well. I can't help but tap my foot along, and I even caught myself air drumming a few times during the choruses. Plus, the synthesizer solo is pretty neat. Save this one.
And another save. Let's go, boys. Comes in at 13. Coming in number 12, we got Farsighted. This one absolutely got lost in how many phenomenal songs are on Try Hard. As you can tell, there's a lot that we haven't talked about off of Try Hard yet. It's still a really great song. It just got a little lost in comparison to its peers. I really like how simple the verses are. The highlight is firmly on Jeffrey's voice, and I think he really delivers. The drums and the rest of the instrumentation pick up in the pre chorus slightly and then really explode in that catchy chorus. Jeffrey hits some great high notes at the end of the song as well. Definitely an underrated song because it's overshadowed by your Titans that are on Try Hard, but be sure to check this one out. It is still a really great song.
The synthesized drums sound like clapping, which is pretty cool. Cool behind the vocals in the verses. If the pace wasn't there, I would knock the basicness of the verses, but the full band comes in for the choruses and keeps up that same energy, which is nice to see. And I honestly love the band going all out and allowing him to say "Farsighted" alone, which doesn't happen very often. There is a pace change during the bridge, which allows for the song to breathe, and then you're ready for that for one last chorus, which finishes the song quite well.
Did we get a save?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go, baby. Another one. Comes in at 12. And that's going to wrap up the Just Shy tier. We're going to get on into the top tier. This is the cream of the crop, the top 11 songs that I think the band Camino has to offer. Let's get it on.
I like the way you kiss me like I'm the last man in the world.
Coming in number 11, we got Last Man in the World. This one is actually in the NHL 24 soundtrack, which is so cool, and I'm so happy for the band Camino. That's fucking awesome. The opening is almost kind of spooky, which also is very cool. I love the guitars, and Jeffrey's voice sounds great. He's going so fast, and there's such a great flow there. Spencer sounds great in the chorus, and it's really catchy and almost kind of headbangy, to be honest. I just can't help but groove along the guitars all throughout the entire song. Overall, just another incredible outing and a nice closer to a really great album in the dark. I do have this song and everyone above it in my favorites playlist, so that would be the entire top tier.
I agree with Brett about the spooky vibe here. This is a very synthesizer heavy song, which I don't love, honestly. This sounds extremely chanty, and it's missing actual instrumentation, which I enjoy more, as you heard in one of the other songs that I complained about this. This sounds like the catchiness factor is there. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't like how catchy the song is. It's just not for me.
I like how catchy the song is.
How chanty the song is. Sorry.
Okay, there you go. I was like, what? Well, it's fine. My list comes in at number 11. Kicking off the top 10, we got I Think I Like You. Oddly enough, this was a song I really latched onto in 2023. I was only 2 years late to the party. I always liked the song, but I wasn't too huge on it until hearing it live. But man, once I heard it live, the entire song just clicked for me. I love the groove that kicks off the song. It keeps me bobbing my head bobbing along into that opening verse, and that verse comes in, and I just love the lyricism. I was a man without a plan, living and breathing. Oh, I'm so far gone, so obsessed with all the fuck I wasn't giving, posing as so far strong. I don't know. That just really works in my head. The chorus is just incredibly catchy, and the high notes hit by Spencer are absolutely incredible. So impressive, he carries that key throughout the whole chorus. And the super high ones at the end of the song, just wow. But the whole song is carried by a fantastic drum beat that keeps me grooving along throughout the whole song. And of course, who doesn't love a little cowbell? I know I was late on it, but I'm glad it got there for me eventually. A fantastic song.
Obsessing over the fucks I wasn't giving is in hilarious line. Anyways, I don't know why, but I just don't like that chorus. The vocals are almost too high, and it's not catchy enough to keep me entertained. I'm surprised it's up here for him. There's almost too much going on instrumentationally for me. Everything stops musically, and there's just a cowbell with singing. I'm not a big fan of this one, honestly.
It's all right. You can be wrong. Comes in at 10. Coming in at number 9, we've got Just a Phase. This was my instant standout from the self-titled. Instantly a favorite, instantly latched onto it, and honestly, it's really easy to see why. I feel like this is easily the most stereotypical quote unquote pop punk song on the self-titled, and that's probably why I latched onto it hard from the jump. It opens with some strong guitars and some nice drums. The song is also structured really well. It's kind of like a winding road. Spencer's voice sounds great in the verses. There's great flow to them that leads you to a slight increase in instrumentation and a very catchy pre chorus that has some great harmonies into it. And then the chorus comes in and it's just an explosive, catchy pop punk chorus. I also especially love the line that opens the chorus. I'm over my head telling me that I'm not where I'm supposed to be. The bridge is fantastic as well. It really serves as a great change of pace to the song, an underrated banger. Check it out if you haven't heard it.
It was never a phase, Mom. It's a lifestyle. Not gonna lie, I was more interested in the drumming and getting the beat during the verses than listening to the actual lyrics, so I had to restart the song. Sorry, I'm a very musical person. Sorry, not sorry. I enjoyed the drumming that much. The instrumentation is just too loud in the choruses. I'm having a hard time hearing the vocals here. Plus the catchiness of the pre-chorus is not kept in the chorus. It's just replaced with loud instrumentation, which is just not what I want.
Ouch. Again, you can be wrong. It's fine. Comes in at number 9. Well, number 7,
Is
yes,
it
sorry. I mean,
just on the surface? Or do we should be hiding? Sometimes I can't tell. Do we really want this? Or are we lying to ourselves?
Coming in at number 8, we've got Honest. Another fantastic song off of Try Hard. And honestly, I don't come back to it enough just because I come back to so many of the other songs all the time. Again, notice there's a lot of Try Hard we haven't gotten to yet. It opens with some nice keys and some O's. There's some great drum work in the verses with some funky backing guitars that just give the song a great vibe. The keys come back at the end of the verses to lead you into the chorus, and the chorus is the clear highlight of the song. It's just really catchy and works really, really well with the instrumentation. A fantastic song.
The beat here is interesting. It's not slow, but it keeps my attention really well. I like the emphasis on the title line, and the instrumentation stops for a second. I can't really describe it, but just listening to it all, it just works in my head. I think I think the bridge slash guitar solo puts the song over the top into the safe tier from a smooth guitar and the clapping to get the listener back into.
Oh, boys, another save for the program. Comes in at number 8. Coming in at number 7, we've got What Am I Missing? The song ended up as my number 3 song of 2023. If you've seen our Spotify rap video, you would know that. And if you haven't, be sure to check that out. But part of that is mostly because this was a single, and there were other songs on the album that I do prefer that we haven't gotten to yet. However, this song is still fantastic. The verses are catchy and lead you into a massive explosion chorus that's just incredibly catchy and makes great use of the guitars and the drums. The guitar riffs throughout the verses are great as well, and overall, I think this song just comes together super well. It's very complete, it's very cohesive. Absolute banger, great song.
Brett, like Told You So, would not stop singing this goddamn song. So whenever I would play Xbox with him, granted it's not as much as we used to, thank the Lord for singing purposes, but the "What am I missing you for" is all I would hear. At least twice in a 3 hour span of playing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's easy. It's easy to see why he likes it so much. It's catchier than catchy. It's that catchy. The build works pretty well, but the build is to a slowdown in the chorus. I don't like that very much. The explosion is there, but loses the pace until the second half of the chorus, and the entire chorus is just repeating the title line, as you've heard in "Told You So." It's not a damn chorus. The song isn't savable, but it's close.
I mean, I appreciate that it's close, but the entire chorus is not just the title line.
It's not. It's not as bad. That's why I didn't like. That's why I didn't crush it as much.
Okay, I gotta say, well, you said it was repeating the entire chorus is repeating the title line. That is just not true. at all. It opens with it and it ends with it, but that's it. Comes in at 7. Coming in number 6, we got 3-month hangover. I'm so sad. The show that I went to on the In the Dark tour was one of the only ones on the entire tour where they didn't play this song. I was really upset because I looked at the set list beforehand and I was really looking forward to hearing this. The drum beat keeps me bobbing along throughout the verses where Jeffrey has such a great flow and delivers some fantastic notes. Then the chorus explodes its way in with the nice guitars to go with the drum beat, and it all comes together in such an incredible fashion. I love the lyrics as well. I think Stoned Off You, Now I'm Stone Cold Sober is just a great line. An underrated song. Be sure to check it out if you haven't heard it yet.
The drumming in the verses is fantastic, and the chorus works really, really well here. I literally whispered "Come on" and nodded my head when the chorus came in because it did deliver. Also, I hope you don't get a 3-month hangover. That's a really long headache. But seriously, this song is pretty catchy. Can't help but groove myself along to this tune. The slowdown at the 2-minute mark is a little confusing, but it does help the listener breathe and listen to the rest of it. But I don't like the last build to the chorus. I'm not sure why, but that chorus makes up for it to complete the song.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic song. Happy you saved it. Comes in at 6.
Shadows of you in my arms. And when the sun goes down, that's when your ghost comes down. You're the reason that
Coming in number 5, we've got Afraid of the Dark. The song kicks off the closing section of the album, The Dark, and I think it's just a phenomenal section. Tracks 8 to 11 are all genuinely so fantastic. This one was a late bloomer to the favorite section, but holy shit, did it get there and get there hard. I come back to the song constantly. I love the opening groove. It just keeps me dancing along, and Spencer's voice is fantastic. The pre-chorus is a great build and builds all of this tension that the chorus just releases so effortlessly in such a great way. The first half of the chorus cuts out all the instruments and places the highlight purely on Spencer's voice, who delivers some unbelievable harmonies. And then the back half brings in the instruments again, including what I think sounds like a xylophone if you listen closely. But this song is overall just so catchy. It keeps me dancing along all throughout. I just love it so much. I can't say enough good things about it.
The basic instrumentation does allow for the vocals to shine, and I think it keeps the beat up as well. The chorus is a little lackluster pace wise. I'm not sure why. Objectively, it is quick, but it just doesn't hit for me as much as it probably should. I can't put my finger on to why, but the song isn't quite savable.
Oof. This was one of the ones that I really thought was going to get there. I hit on most of the ones that I really thought you would like, but this was one of the ones that I was expecting you to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate. Oh well, but for me, it comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, we've got Novocaine. 2 to 4 on this list were so difficult to place. They're all so incredible. This was my instant favorite song off of The Dark, and while others have tried to pass it, such as Afraid of the Dark, none of them have been able to succeed. It's just incredible, and when I saw them live and they played this song, they actually thanked the fan base for showing a lot of love to this deep cut. So I'm really happy that a lot of other people agree with me that this song fucking rocks. I love those opening guitars into that drum beat. It just kicks off the song so well. Spencer delivers a fantastic opening verse. Honestly, it might be my favorite in the entire discography. It's just so catchy and has a super great flow. Jeffrey comes in for the first half of the chorus, which just wow, and Spencer's second half is just also just fucking wow. It all comes together so well, and it's so catchy, and it's so impressive since it's actually a really wordy and long chorus, and it makes use of two vocalists. The punchline at the end, the I'm feeling for the first time, just hits. And I love the way they had the big instrumental punch right after it to really make it hit home. It's just an unbelievable song that I absolutely never get tired of. Unfortunately for this song, the top 3 just edged it out.
Brett had me listen to this album when it came out and swore that I would like this song. And this was the song he was like, yes, this one has to hit. Um, what do I think about it? I think it was okay then. I still do. It does have catchy elements, don't get me wrong. The vocals are done extremely well, but just doesn't click for me. I think 3 Month Hangover is miles ahead of this song. The chorus doesn't grab me nearly as much as that one does, but the vocal performance in going up and in going up and down octave department is much better in the song. The vocal performance is better, but I don't think the song hits quite as well.
Well, it does for me, and it's my list. So, Novocaine, number 4. Coming in at number 3, we've got Hush Hush. This was the second song I'd ever heard by the band Camino, and it absolutely remains a standout and one of my absolute favorites. The song opens with some absolutely incredible guitars, and it's quick right off the bat. The opening verse comes in and slows the tempo down ever so slightly, but it does a phenomenal job of building the tension that is just released flawlessly with that chorus. That chorus is what makes this song an absolute favorite from the start. It is just such an earworm. Every time it comes on, I can't help but jack the volume up to 11 and sing along. This is one of those songs that I've played for a number of different people with different music tastes, and nobody has ever not liked this one. The lyrical content is also great. They do a great job of telling this story about a couple trying to keep their relationship a secret, and the lyrics paint a great picture in my mind of what's happening. That guitar riff before the final chorus is also incredible. This is another one that I can't say enough good things about it. The fact that it's at 3 is more of love for 1 and 2 than any shot at this one. This is one of my favorite songs ever. It's fantastic.
I was one of those people that he showed. I showed it to. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Give me some love. Gosh darn it. Hey, this is one of the 3 songs I knew before I listened to this ranking, other than Less Than Ideal. I honestly haven't listened to these songs in such a long time, as the top 3 are. Of the songs that Brett originally showed me, this was my favorite, and it wasn't really close. Like I think the guitar work put it over the top for me. The instrumentation laid a great foundation. The verses allowed the vocals to shine, and then that chorus, groovy, catchy as shit. Then that guitar solo, so nice. The slowdown after the solo brings in that final chorus to truly finish an incredible masterpiece.
Yeah, absolutely incredible masterpiece is right. Comes in at number 3.
I'll be outside, I've been cooped up, bloodshot, I need a ride, will you pick up? Couldn't get right, sleeping on me now, woke up standing in the middle of the street somehow. Rebound, feel like a rerun, everything that we've done, funny how it all played out. Couldn't looking at me like I'm see-through, but I gotta see you, I should've left by now.
Coming in at number 2, we've got See Through. This may be the song in their discography that I come back to the most often. Don't get me wrong, my number 1 pick is an incredible song. Obviously, it's a number 1 for a reason. But for whatever reason, I seek this one out a little bit more. I think it's more not to ruin that special spot that the number 1 song has for me. The structure of the beginning of the song is honestly fantastic. The verses and pre-chorus feel like going up the mountain on a roller coaster because you know what's waiting for you on the other side is going to be amazing. But honestly, the ride up is very enjoyable as well. And then the ride down with that chorus is honestly just incredible. It's just so catchy and lives in my brain. I love the way Jeffrey delivers the vocals and the way that it's structured. And this is another one with great lyrics. You're looking at me like I'm see through, but I gotta see you. Should have learned it by now. It's just a great line. The end of the song is structured great as well with the guitar section and then the chorus without the backing instruments. The harmonies and the outro are just chef's kiss. And this is just another song that's a straight up masterpiece.
Hey, this is 2 out of the 3 songs I knew. I wonder what the number 1 song is. In terms of a pre-chorus to chorus, this could be the best in the whole discography. The basic drumming and the muted guitars in the verses bring the vocals up to that next tier, and then that chorus just fucking hits. Personally, I think Hush Hush is better, but this is a top song for sure. Like I said earlier, I saw these guys when they opened for Rob Thomas and Kyle Cook doing an acoustic set, and this song was actually played really well, even with an acoustic set. And they even said, I forget which one of the brothers said it, but or like guy said it, but he was like, "If only we had a fucking drum set, this would be even better." And the entire crowd literally said "yup" at the exact same time. It's hilarious.
I mean, this song is great. This song and Hush Hush were really, really close. But they were both edged out by one song, and I'm not going to lie to you, it was never a doubt.
I don't want to get things straight since you've been gone. Saw someone out in your go-to outfit, right when I thought I was on. You got me off track, got me thinking abstract. Baby, look at what you've done. Still you got me wanting somebody, already got time to let me go. Like changing nothing new, still make me think of you.
And at number one, we got Daffy Blue. Was it ever a doubt? No, no, it was not. The first time I heard this song, I absolutely fell in fucking love with it. I was watching some video on YouTube. I honestly don't remember by who or what it was even about, but it was some music YouTuber, and they played a snippet of this chorus, and just from the snippet, I was absolutely blown away. If you've seen not our last video, but 2 videos ago, ranking every all-time low song, which if you haven't, please check that out. It's a great 4 hour long banger. You know that the song at number one in that video is my favorite song in all time of all time. So why do I bring that up? This is number two. Number one on this list, yes, clearly, but my second favorite song of all time. I just think it's absolutely incredible, and I've shown it to so many of my friends. And again, I don't think anybody has ever been able to say a bad word about this song. The song opens with some nice backing vocals, and then the first verse and pre chorus that are both sung by Jeffrey, and he does a great job. They're catchy and give you a great welcome to the song and are backed by some phenomenal guitars. But then Spencer comes in with that chorus, and holy fuck. All the tension created by the verses just absolutely explodes here, and I cannot get enough. It is so catchy, and I can't help but sing along at the top of my lungs anytime that I hear it. The song is just absolute perfection. Both singers sound great vocally and have a great trade off going. The instrumentation and production is just top notch, and it's the catchiest thing on the planet. If I'm ever given one song on Ox, you get all right. This is your one song. You have to try to pick a song that's gonna please everybody. Honestly, this is my pick. Well, sorry, one song to represent your music taste while trying to please everybody. This is my pick. I just don't see how you can't not like this song. Like it's just so fucking good. It's truly a masterpiece. Was phenomenal live, and like I mentioned, it was never a doubt. This was always going to be my number one pick. It was just a matter of where the rest were going to go. I fucking love this song.
Also, you're welcome. Playing you. I don't know if you knew, but I played 55 seconds of that song. Played you the beginning
Really?
and the entire chorus. You're welcome. Anyways, I didn't think any song could top this one for our co-star here in general. To find out what that was, check out our all-time low video. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It wouldn't be my favorite song, but I can see why it is. Brett's checklist for top songs, it's pretty fucking easy. Catchy, 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 and then catchy. This hits all of those boxes. If you couldn't tell, it's all catchy, and this hits that box. Um, I haven't listened to this song in a few months, and every time I do, it's one of those like, damn, it's over songs. Fuck, I have to like. I'm sad that I can't get those 3 minutes back. But looking over it musically, the intro guitars here are just fantastic. The muted guitars and drums during the verses just bring the vocals in, bring the vocals their shine. which they should. The build works extremely well, and the chorus just explodes. It isn't an overly catchy one in terms of speed, but makes up for it with great lyricism and excellent instrumentation and fantastic artwork. The contrast between verse and chorus is superb, and the guitar solo is just a lovely anecdote. That last chorus with the louder instrumentation brings the song home and ends an enjoyable 3 minutes and 2 seconds, which feels like a minute and a half from the pacing and just so much happening. These guys played this song during the same show that I went to, and the entire arena went nuts, and I could totally see why, as I was one of those people that went nuts for it. When the song came on during parties we have, Brett literally gets red from singing at the top of his lungs, loses his voice, and literally walks away from me and just stands next to the speaker and just is like, I need a minute. I just jam for a second. Out of all of the artists that he'll probably do in his life, this is easily the one that I can see being his one, even though it wouldn't be mine personally. This would probably be probably like 3 or 4. But out of all of the artists that you've done, this is easily the best one. So.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. I mean, this song is just, I don't even know. I feel like we've said it all. This song is absolutely fucking fantastic and very clearly deserving to be in the number 1 spot. We would like to thank you for joining us on this road of ranking every song by the band Camino. I would like to thank you. I would also like to thank Sean for giving excellent comments for this video. Really showed off his stuff, so give him a little round of applause. Show him some love in the comment section down below, even though some of his opinions are in fact wrong.
Well, so is your face. So there. Yeah, I decided to do the Brett approach of let's make extremely detailed comments and see how that works. And I thought it worked pretty well in terms of what I was going for. I don't know. And it didn't take any more time. I just thought of more things to say, I guess.
Yeah, no, I thought it went great. I'm being completely genuine. I thought your comments for this video were fantastic. So
Damn right.
yeah. So for what we got coming up, so as you know, this has been a little shorter of an artist and ones that we're used to. Sean's gonna have a little shorter one as well coming up next, and then we're going to have a together artist that is a little bit on the longer side, not terribly long. And then the 2018 Billboard video. I also would just like to thank you guys all for the love and support on our last 2 videos. Both the all-time low video and the 2023 Billboard video are doing pretty well. So, we love seeing that. It's very encouraging for us. It gives us more motivation to keep going, make more videos, and make things you guys like to see.
Yeah, and especially because they take a lot of time. Especially the all-time low video. As you can see, it's a 4-hour video. Watching it, so editing it and doing visuals was a whole nother lovely project. But obviously, it's all in good fun, and it's all for the love of the game. If you want to go that far, but yeah, anything that you can give, any like, comment, subscribe to this video would be great. Brett worked his ass off in this video. It's one of his faves, and would love some recommendations. Anything you did like, anything you didn't like, anything you slandered, anything you thought was a little bit overrated or lack of thereof would be cool for him. I'm going to be honest with you. I did all of these songs in a row without stopping, so it was about 3 hours of work just commenting on it. But in terms of a listening perspective, I think this is probably one of the more enjoyable discographies to listen to from a person who doesn't like whose artist it isn't. Because the last few have been a little bit of a struggle, partially because they are longer artists, um, but maybe because it was a little bit shorter, and because there's some more musical elements to it, just because I did play music growing up. But this was one of the more enjoyable listens that I'll probably have. Even though I may not have said the nicest things about him, there weren't any like, oh, this song sucks. Like it's just like they were all like the bottom is like that's it, like this is okay. Like there wasn't anything that's like this is disgusting, like turn it off. So I wanted to throw that
Yeah,
out
the
there.
the bottom was very this is slow and boring, not oh my god, this is awful.
Yeah, and
Whereas even for artists that I like, you know, they a lot of them have their oh my god, this is awful songs. The Band CAMINO doesn't have that.
no,
They have
no.
slow, they have boring, but they don't have it. Oh my god.
I'll take slow and boring over Jesus Christ, turn it off.
Yeah.
Which is what most of the bottom, or what at least two of the bottom songs have been for each of the other artists that you've done. But that's also common. He did that for mine too, because it's like, like you'll hear it when it happens, but like you'll kind of see what happens. But like it's not all that common that the bottom is just boring and it's not complete shit. So it's kind of nice.
And one more thing that you guys can look forward to, because I believe that this video is coming out end of this week, right? Is when we're planning
Yeah,
on getting out.
yeah.
So next week, you guys can look forward to the return of a fan favorite series. You want to tell them what it is, Sean?
The Charlotte Sands of the Week. Sorry, I mean songs of the week. Sorry, I mean songs of the week.
Songs of the Week is back, baby. Back and better than ever. In every description, you can also look forward to, we made a playlist of
Yes,
all the
yes.
songs that have been in old songs of the week. We're going to be adding the songs that are going into the new songs of the week. If you just want to take a look and see all the songs that we've talked about, are the Charlotte Sands, all the MGK, all the Morgan Wallen, all the great songs that we've discussed.
Yeah, and that's pretty. It's pretty interesting because I looked at obviously because like I made the playlist and then like Brett added some stuff afterwards. But it's like looking at the playlist, it's like there's like an evolution of like the music that we like. Obviously, it's like relatively the same. It's just a little bit of different artists. But it's also cool to see when music comes out. 'Cause, like I didn't realize when the new All Time Low video or like the new All Time Low album came out. Literally 3 out of the 4 songs of the week were all time low songs. And then a Mitchell Tenpenny album came out, and 3 out of the 4 songs of the week were from that. So it's like it's really cool to see in real time when new songs come out. I don't know. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, that I think that's a fun part of songs of the week. And also, for the record, I didn't add anything. You just put a couple clean versions in there, so I just switched them out for the explicit versions.
Oh, I just put the
That was
version
all.
in there that was in there. So
Yeah, that's all I did. But yeah, so that's why we really love songs of the week. I know obviously it doesn't do as well as these bigger artist videos, but it's cool for us to look back on. I know we have a couple sections where we didn't do it, and there's a couple little gaps there, but it is a nice little time capsule. We would appreciate you guys checking that out. Maybe find a new song you like, maybe find a new artist you like, and you can just kind of look through time and see what we've been listening to. Granted, with a couple gaps, but I'm excited for songs of the week to be back. So look forward to that.
yeah, it'll be fun. I feel like they're more for us than it is for you guys. Obviously, like we want you guys to see it, but like I mean, like just because I made the playlist today, like the day that we recorded this video, and like it's been like over a year since we started doing that, like those videos, and it's like, whoa, I like that song that much back then. Wow, like that song's very like it's good, but it's not like quite there yet. So it's like it's easy to see when like the ooh new song wave like dies down that like yeah that song is not nearly as good as I thought it was. It's kind of interesting.
It's kind of interesting, and it's interesting to see, like when an album comes out, the song that you instantly latch off to, and then you look back on it now, and you're like, "That's the one that I like really latched onto."
Yep.
That's,
Yeah.
that's the one.
That's the one. There's so many better ones. Why did I like that song back then? Huh. I know.
Yeah, exactly. So that was just something that I noticed that I thought was very interesting when I was scrolling through the playlist. I mean, for the most part, like I picked Viva Las Vegas for a song of the week.
I literally didn't.
Do I need to say anymore?
I almost didn't put that in there. Not gonna lie to you. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just let him look at it.
Yeah, you got it. I put it.
You gotta own it. You gotta own it.
I put people. Still have it saved, but it's people lost vengeance. Oh Lord, but yeah, it's just we hope you guys are looking forward to that. We're kind of rambling on in this outro, but
Yeah. But the biggest takeaways here are songs of the week's coming back next week, my artist next week, and then what is it? 2018, right? 2018.
together, not together video, and then
So
2018.
together will be latest end of this month, and then 2018 will be at the latest early March. Or sorry, yeah, early March.
Hopefully. We'll see. Because you never know with my school schedule when I get busy, when I get time. The fact that I have 2018 already done helps.
And our little co-host here will be back in the same stay date as your boy. So when there's something a brewing, we may be a recorded, if you know what I mean.
Yes. Yes. If there's anything we gotta work on at that time, you may get a video with a little bit of better audio quality. Like those last two.
From him, not me. Of course, mine is just stupendous, guys. Come on, guys. Seriously.
Oh, always. Come on. It's always stupendous.
But no, seriously, guys.
Yeah, a lot to look forward to.
Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you like, dislike. We really appreciate anything you guys give. And yeah, that's all I got.
So that's been it.
Peace.